What is going on, everyone? This is Ninja Geek here, and today we are bringing you another Call of Duty Advanced Warfare gameplay here, and I don't know what exactly gameplay is going to go up, but I'm pretty sure it's some Advanced Warfare gameplay. It could be TDM, Kill Confirm, whatever I have saved up that perfectly fits for this video. So yesterday, I didn't make a video as in memorial to Veterans Day, so that we could all take a break, but now we're coming back here talking about the my Advanced Warfare thoughts. Not trying to be all that negative in this video, but I'm going to talk about some things that are good and bad about the game. Basically, obviously, that's what this video is called, my thoughts. So let's get into it. So I'm not going to be like, okay, here's all the good stuff and here's all the bad stuff. I'm just going to kind of like throw it out there, and I'm not going to be like have like different kinds of sections. So first off, I'm really enjoying the game. It's a better, I think that obviously it's more fast paced than a lot of the other Call of Duties, especially Ghosts, as we can all tell. The game is just really fast paced, so I mean that's a good thing to a lot of people, including me. And there are some things that are wrong with it, but then at the end I'm probably gonna touch it up with a couple different things. So first off, we all know that the SMGs need a buff. Like, even though the Bal-27 is the most overpowered or overused assault rifle within Advanced Warfare, the SMGs definitely need a buff because the Bal-27 just beats them. And I mean, I also think that the Bal-27 obviously needs a nerf, but the SMGs still need a buff even so. The range is just so bad. And I'm not talking about like having across the map SMG ranges, but up close I shouldn't be able to get 6 or 7 hit markers from somebody 2 feet away and then just die because the guy's using a Bal-27 or he punches me. Like that, it shouldn't happen, and that's what always happens with SMGs. They need to be buffed. I would say they're the category that needs to be most buffed, most strong, and obviously the Bal-27 needs to be nerfed a lot in, I don't know what, I guess damage you would say, or something of that nature, but either way, it needs to be nerfed. That assault rifle acts like all kinds of classes to get like SMGs and assault rifles built in. It's just insane, and everyone uses that gun. You have to use that gun to compete with it now. There was also a patch that released on the PlayStation and PC, and Xbox will be coming soon. If not, it probably is already out at this time, and it was the first patch of Advanced Warfare where basically it fixes a lot of the bugs and glitches and challenges, which we're also going to go over in this video. So, and the next thing that I want to talk about besides that gun balance is the maps. The maps in Advanced Warfare I really, really do like. There may be a couple ones where I'm like iffy on if I like it. Like if I go on the map, it's like, okay, whatever, I'll play the map. It's not really, the best map in the game. But so far, from what I could tell, there's no maps that are just absolutely amazing that I would love to play on. Like if you could think of Firing Range from Black Ops 1, like when that comes in the rotation, I just like immediately click on it and I'm happy to play it. In Advanced Warfare, I don't think as far as right now, there's no maps that I'm just so excited to play on. But there's not really any maps that are just like, ew, that's like complete garbage, except for one map. And in Infected, this map is pretty good because there's like a spot or two that you could hold off on, and it is pretty good for Infected. But for regular game modes like TDM or anything else, I really do despise this map, and that is the map Green Band, the Chinese or Korean or whatever kind of map that is. I hate the layout of it. It plays completely horrible. It's garbage. There's a giant hole in the middle where most of the time I end up falling down at least 1 or 2 times every match. It's just completely annoying, and I really hate that map. I don't like the layout of the map at all. And that's the only map that I do hate. But other than that, they all are pretty good. But Green Band kind of really does suck ass, if I do have to put it in that nature. Like I think that it's worse than some of the Call of Duty Ghosts maps, which are big. I really think that it's that bad, except for Infected, like I mentioned, because Infected has some spots on it that you could hold off. And speaking of Infected here, let's talk about Infected within Advanced Warfare. So when the game mode obviously came out, I thought that this was going to be a step up or the same thing as Call of Duty Ghosts Infected, where it was actually fun, but it turns out that it's not really that fun. I mean, I made one video on it, and I really want to make more videos, but first off, like Call of Duty Ghosts started off with, there's no other guns. There's literally the Bulldog, which they copied from Call of Duty Ghosts, by the way, and they put that into Infected in Advanced Warfare. They copied that. There's no attachments on the Bulldog. There's obviously no kill streaks because that would be kind of cheap and Infected. so I don't really mind that, because Call of Duty Ghosts had the Specialist, which Advanced Warfare doesn't have, so I could see that there's no kill streaks, which makes sense. But and another thing is, why is Infected 12 players on Next Generation? Like, I can understand if that's like that on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, but Infected should be 18 players. I don't care if there's, the exosuits jumping around and it gets crazy. That's what Infected is. We want 18 players on the Next Generation console. That's what makes it special. We don't want to be playing with 12 people infected, because most of the time playing with 12 infected players and one person gets infected, it goes by so slow. It's like the Call of Duty Ghosts Xbox 360 version of Infected, or the PlayStation 3 version of Infected, where there's only 12 people, and it's kind of slow at the beginning, and then it kind of starts picking it up again, but it's definitely not as fast as the 18 players, and that's what Next Generation is about. So they really need to add in the fact that it could be 18 players, or else I'm going to stop doing my series, and I literally mean stop doing my series, because, keep playing Infected the way that it is, the way that Infected kind of is put together. First off, obviously they're probably going to most likely add more guns, but if they don't make it the player count up to 18 for the Next Generation consoles, it's just going to be, kind of get boring after a while, even with the new guns that they put in there. And when I mean new guns, I don't mean just shotguns or snipers. No, I want assault rifles in there. I think that what they should really do is, from a step up from the Call of Duty Ghosts version of Infected, is add in every single gun in the game. Now, I would exclude like secondary weapons, because that's kind of like cheap, and I wouldn't put in like that assault shield version, because that thing sucks. But like, put in all the assault rifles, the SMGs, the shotguns, a couple snipers, maybe all the snipers, and some heavy weapons, and that would be good. You don't need secondaries, that's fine. And have it like that versus a bulldog shotgun, and that's it. So those are my thoughts on Infected. And there also should be penalties for people leaving early in Infected. I know people have like certain opinions on this, but so many times in Advanced Warfare, more than Call of Duty Ghosts or MW3, someone will be infected and they will just immediately leave. Now, it's probably just because this is the beginning of the game and people don't want to ruin their KDs. They play Infected to actually boost their KDs. So, when somebody gets infected, you just see them, doom, the sound comes and they leave. And then someone else is infected and the lobby just keeps getting smaller. Like one time, I think I had... It started and infected. The countdown timer went down. Someone got infected. They left. Someone else got infected. They left. Then a host migration happened, and then someone else got infected. They left, and I was just like, oh, you know what? I was ready to just be infected, because nobody wants to be infected, and I think that they should give you penalties for leaving infected. They should give you penalties for leaving public matches too, but not as often. But every time you leave an infected match before it's over, I think that they should give you a penalty, like you lose 500 XP, or you lose like, I don't know, not a camo, then no. You lose like 500 XP, or you don't get to play another match for another minute or something like that, because that way it would make people want to actually stay and have fun, because that's what a bonus playlist is for, instead of people just backing out all the time. And so that's what really needs to happen with Infected. I know I'm bashing this game a lot, but I'm trying to state my opinions to make it really better. We already went over the gun balance, so the SMGs are weak, but as for now, the connections and stabilization and the spawning definitely is the major problems. Like, all the infected problems can be fixed over time, but the connections and the spawn problems need to be fixed right now within the next patch, after this patch that needs to go live for Advanced Warfare, because this patch also fixed some like glitches where prestiges and the camo unlock, how they would reset, and different camo challenges, because sometimes they were like really intense, hard challenges to go for, so they fixed that stuff. There was the emblem glitch where it wouldn't carry over to the next prestige, so they fixed a lot of that stuff, so that obviously comes first. And now they need to work on the spawning, definitely, especially in game modes like TDM or Domination and stuff like that, where, or, what I want to say, like objective game modes, where, the spawn just keeps spawning in, for objectives, of course, and those really need to be fixed. especially for momentum. I think momentum is one of the worst spawning game modes since I've played it. It's just all the game modes basically have terrible spawns as of right now, and the connections are complete garbage, which I think they are actually fixing some of the connections within this update, because they're fixing the ping bars within this update to show more accurate readings, and instead of connection drops. But I don't know if they're actually going to be able to completely fix connections. And what about the dedicated servers? I mean, as far as we can tell, I guess there is some, but I'm not even going to talk about dedicated servers right now, because that needs to be in the game, but we all know that. And another thing that I really want to talk about, because the streaks in Advanced Warfare are obviously better than Call of Duty Ghost streaks. You know, the assault streaks in Ghost, there was no assault streaks to use except for maybe, did they have a, yeah, they had the assault SATCOM, they didn't have a UAV, the assault SATCOM, the guard dog, and maybe the battle hind or something else that was good. But in this game, lots of the streaks are actually usable except for some of them. So for the ones that you could go in the air with, the streaks that you could actually fly in the air, like the Paladin, the Warbird, the I forget what other ones there exactly are, but there should not be an overheating gun on the kill streak. If I get a 12 kill streak, let's just say, I think that the Paladin is something around there. It could be more or less, but let's just say that the Paladin is a 12 score streak or kill streak. I have to get 12 kills in a row. Why should it only last in the air for 45 seconds and the gun can overheat? Like, the guns on the streaks in the other games never overheated, and they shouldn't overheat in this game. If I earn the streak, I get it. Especially, the Goliath also overheats, which is kind of stupid, but, you know, I mean, the streaks in Advanced Warfare, they could be better, and they need to really be buffed. But, like, right now as they stand, they're in a good position to be buffed, which is a good job for Infinity War, or not Infinity, what the hell am I mean, Sledgehammer. Every time I think of this game, I think of Infinity, whatever. Not Infinity War, it's Sledgehammer Games. They started off on a good note to fix this game, and they could make it better, and that's what I'm trying to do within this game. But other than that, I think that the streaks, have a good possibility. The missile, that missile strike, whatever kill streak that is, that one's pretty good. The XS1 Vulcan is pretty damn good. If you could, get it on certain targets. I usually get 1 or 2 kills with it, which it's a mid streak, so that should happen. The system hack is really, really good, but it's really, really frustrating and annoying for the other team, but that's a really good kill streak. The bombing run is amazing. All those streaks that I had listed, I mean, especially the UAV, and I'm going to talk about the UAV here in a second, but all those streaks are really good. But the ones like that you could actually control and go up in the air, it should not overheat. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. It should not overheat the streak, and the streaks themselves need to be buffed a little bit, because most of the time they end up getting hit markers within the streaks, and it's just really frustrating and annoying when you're shooting someone 10 plus times and it just gets a hit marker and they run inside and that's it. And then you just wasted like 10 seconds trying to trace down a person, and now your gun overheated, so you gotta waste another 10 seconds, and then the Warbird just goes away. Most of the times you end up getting more kills with the lower end streaks than the higher end streaks, like the bombing run. The bombing run can get you anywhere from maybe 1 to 5 kills at most, depending on what game modes you're playing and stuff like that. But the Paladin or the Warbird maybe like 2 to 3 kills, depending if it's an open map and if the gun doesn't overheat. So it's like, I don't know, it's just like weird how that works out. But the UAV, anyways, what needs to happen, I don't know if they could physically do this, but the UAV needs to decrease score. I know they did this in Black Ops 2, like the actual UAV can decrease the score. So, in Black Ops 2, I think the UAV started off at a 300 score streak. I believe it started 300. It was the first score streak that you can use in Black Ops 2. And later on, I believe it maybe had been a week. No, I think it may have been 2 weeks after the game came out. They nerfed the UAV so that it was a 350 score streak. 350 score streak is perfect for the UAV. And now in Advanced Warfare, the UAV is a 400 score streak. And I personally don't think that that's okay. Like, it's too hard to get, especially if you're playing TDM. I mean, a 350 score streak in TDM. I mean, it's not hard to get. I'm not saying that I'm a bad player, but I'm saying that for just a UAV, a 350 score streak seems like it's good enough. A 400 score streak, which is the UAV in Advanced Warfare, that's just too much. What they need to do is flip-flop the score streaks. They need to take the recon drone, the first score streak that you get in Advanced Warfare, and make that 400, and make the UAV a 300, because I usually run, when I'm running a low class setup, like when I'm using the SMGs because they're so weak, I usually run recon drone, UAV, and the assault drone, which are all in the same vicinity of the low streaks. They're the lowest streaks in the game, and I think that UAV should come first at 350 and then the recon drone at 400, or just somehow maybe even make them both the same score. So I don't think they could do that though, because that'd be like you get 2 streaks at once, or maybe make it so that the UAV can't be selected while you're using the recon drone, and the recon drone can't be selected while you're using the UAV, or something like that. But what they need to do is lower the score of the UAV to 350 score like it was in Black Ops 2 versus 400, because it's just too hard to earn in TDM. And in the other game modes, I think the UAV, like let's say you're playing like Domination or something, you'd have to get like 4 kills plus a flag cap and 2 assists to get a UAV. Like, that's just insane. That really is insane to just get 1 UAV within Advanced Warfare. If you're playing Domination, if you're playing like TDM, you'd have to get 4 kills. Where originally in the other Call of Duties, it was 3 kills, or in Black Ops 1, you could even get it to 2 kills with Hardline on. So I think that it's just a little bit too high in Advanced Warfare, and that's what needs to be fixed. But other than that, I'm glad the UAV is back instead of the stupid SATCOM within Call of Duty Ghosts, which I don't know why they would do that. And one thing that I'm really glad about this year with Advanced Warfare is that the team already came out with their first patch a week after the game came out, which it's kind of in the vicinity of today. We've already discussed this before, but it fixed a lot of the glitches and patched some different stuff within the game that could be too hard to earn. And one of the glitches that it did patch was the quick reload glitch. So basically, some players, mostly me, because this mostly happened on Xbox One that I could tell. It did happen on the 360 a couple times, but mostly on Xbox One, you'd hit the X button or the whatever button it is on the PlayStation. I believe that is the square, I think, because the circle is supposed to be the B button. So the X button or the square button, the reload button basically. And when you reload, it would do a fast reload even though you hit it once, and you just drop all your ammo, and you didn't mean to do that. And they fixed it now so that it's a one thing, because if you didn't know in Advanced Warfare, they added in the quick reload. So you could double tap X to reload, drop all your ammo, and it does a fast reload for the fast situations, or you could do a slower reload and just tap it once. And I've just been losing so much ammo from doing that, so I'm glad they are patching that within this current patch that is coming out. So it does show that this game could use some work so far. I mean, as far as anything else goes, I really think that I touched upon everything. We hit the score streaks. The secondary weapons, let's see, the Atlas 45, it's not overpowered at all, honestly, but I mean, it seems a little underpowered, but it is a secondary pistol, so it's fine where it is. Don't touch that. The RW1 one-shot kill pistol, not a lot of people use that, but the people that do use it, they're not really that annoying, I do have to say, because a lot of people like to not run secondaries, so I don't think that that's really annoying. The crossbow is actually pretty fun to use. It gets more consistent, bolt shots than the one in Black Ops 2, which I'm actually a little happy about. There may be some crossbow gameplay here, but the game is overall just fun so far, and that's what I have to say about it. My thoughts, my opinions on how everything should turn out, and how it will turn out down the line. I'll probably make another video after some of these things have been fixed, or mostly all of them. I'll wait a little bit, maybe another month down the line, or maybe even 2 months, and we'll see how the game actually plays out after that, after these changes have been implemented. But yeah, so far, playing so far, I think my favorite mode is probably either Hardpoint or Momentum, just because you get so much score from it and it's fast-paced. A lot of people, they play like Search and Destroy or stuff like that. I personally just don't like having one life, even though I hear that it's a good way to rank up from different videos and different people. I'm just not a Search and Destroy player. I don't like having one life. And it could be sometimes because I die quickly. and the start, and then I have to watch for the rest of the time. But if I end up going on good kill streaks, I just think that Search and Destroy is pretty boring. You're just like, you only have 6-on-6, and I don't know, just for me it's boring. But any game mode that you play, I think the game is really fun how it is. And especially Exo Survival. Let's talk about Exo Survival for a bit, because this is a whole thoughts video. I think Exo Survival turned out better than what I thought it would turn out as. Because I thought that Exo Survival was just going to be a copy and paste of Modern Warfare 3's survival mode, and it turns out that it wasn't. It's actually pretty fun, and you could unlock the Zombies mode at the end of the Riot one, which is in the 4th tier, which I have yet to do, but I really want to do that, so I'll probably try and do that as well, as I continue on the levels. There's also a multiplayer zombie character that you could get for doing that, which is pretty cool, so I really want to do that now. But overall, Exo Survival is actually pretty fun. It is more than the MW3 mode, so I suggest trying that out. The campaign of Advanced Warfare, let's talk about that. We've been putting so much thought into the multiplayer, and we haven't really touched upon anything else. The campaign I thought was really good. First off, the Call of Duty Ghosts campaign, it was just an average Call of Duty campaign. But in my opinion, I really liked this Advanced Warfare campaign. I really liked how the story played out. They said that the campaign was a bit longer than a lot of the other Call of Duties. When I first got that, I thought that was the case. But then, in playing it and in seeing it, I see that the Advanced Warfare campaign it seems like the same amount that it always has been. There really isn't really that much of a change in the length of the campaign size. So in general, anyways, no matter what the size of the campaign is, I really did like the campaign. It did scare me at points. It did put me at the edge of my seat in some points, where the Call of Duty Ghosts campaign just has horrible, voice acting. I really didn't like the Call of Duty Ghosts campaign for voice acting. The story was okay. It wasn't like a terrible story, but just how the game played out and the way that it was. The one thing that I did like that Advanced Warfare did is that it gave you some interactivity with the campaign. So, you could, buy points on whatever you want to upgrade for your exosuit. So, you get an upgrade point or two, or depending on what challenges you complete for the campaign mission that you just did, and you get to upgrade your exosuit depending on what it is. So maybe you don't like the flinch, you could upgrade less flinch. Maybe you like to have a better exo ability, longer duration times, so you could put the battery option on using your exo points that you get throughout the campaign progress. And I really like that feature because you get to choose what you want. Now, Call of Duty Ghosts, of course, didn't have this, and I'm not sure how they would have implemented that. But another thing that the Call of Duty Ghosts campaign didn't have, which Advanced Warfare has, and I want to see continue on, is the hit markers in campaign. Black Ops 2, Treyarch brought that in, and it's the best idea possible. Call of Duty Ghosts, for some reason, did not have hit markers, and that was just a complete step back. And I don't really mind them giving you guns, because here's the thing about Black Ops 2. I liked the Black Ops 2 campaign. I didn't think it was bad. I think it was better than Call of Duty Ghosts, and it had the hit markers, obviously. But the thing that I really didn't like about it was the fact that you got to choose your own gun, because it just made it so pointless. It's like, okay, you could load into here with whatever gun you want. I just would rather just be given a gun at the start and just don't care. That's why Advanced Warfare did it right. You were given the gun that was chosen, and you completed the mission, and at the end of the mission you got to upgrade the abilities that you used, not the specific gun that you used. And I don't know, it was just the Black Ops 2, I think they went a little bit overboard, especially with the campaign. I think during the campaign they had these sort of like side missions that you could do. That went way out of the area. I really think that put off the game. I just would rather have a campaign to play through, and that's it, and Exo Survival. Black Ops 2 I think went a little bit overboard with the side missions in the campaign. That should have been like its own mode by itself, so it would have had but they already had zombies, so I guess maybe that was the only way to implement it. But yeah, so technically Black Ops 2 has 4 modes in it, because they got the side sort of missions within the campaign. But I really liked anyways how the Advanced Warfare story mode ended up playing out with all the progress. So if you didn't obviously play that, then I would highly recommend you playing that. And that's it. The Advanced Warfare campaign, a check plus. The Advanced Warfare Exo Survival mode, check plus. And the multiplayer right now, I just give a check. It could be a check minus or a check depending some different areas, but so far, Advanced Warfare, it gets about maybe an 80 to 90 out of 100, 80 to 85, we'll say, out of 100 right now, until they fix the problems with the multiplayer, the main problems, and then they get other things sorted out. So that's what I think of Advanced Warfare for now, and the thoughts on that. Leave a comment below on what you think about Advanced Warfare. I think I pretty much discussed everything that I could, so I'll see you on whatever my next video happens to be. I'm Ninja Geek. I'm out. Peace.
Friendly Vulcan above. We've lost control. We have the lead.